What's up, guys? This is Thomas and welcome back to my channel. And today, as you can see, I'm going to be reading Fortnite City Apocalypse, chapter 156. And on the cover right here, you can see older Percy and younger Percy. And older Percy has his hand on younger Percy's head. And you pretty much see both of them smiling. And it says chapter 156, In Search of Friends. So if you haven't seen the last video on the last chapter from last week, I would, suggest you go watch the video to find out what happened in the last chapter. It was a pretty short chapter. I'll pretty much tell you what happened right here the best I can. But in the last chapter, Percival finally had met Anne and Donnie. Then they had a talk with, Meliodas and Elizabeth. And then at the end of the chapter, we see that Meliodas and Elizabeth said that they would talk more about it the next day. So I'm assuming they're going to talk more about it in this chapter, maybe. So we open the chapter up and we see Elizabeth. She says Merlin. And Meliodas is like, well. Oh, damn, I forgot some parts right here. So she says, Merlin, where could she be and what's on her mind? Then we get Meliodas saying, well, as you can see right there. He says, we've known each other a while, but I still can't read what she's thinking. So pretty much what we have here is we have Elizabeth. She's thinking of Merlin. Last chapter we did get some stuff about, not really much about Merlin, not really anything about Merlin, but we got Merlin mentioned. And as I said in the last chapter, that made me excited for this chapter because I'm assuming we're going to go into more on Merlin, and that's the route we're going now. We're probably going the route of getting, more on Merlin and figuring out where she is and stuff like that. And honestly, I can't wait. So again, they open the chapter, Elizabeth wondering where she could be, what's on her mind. Melio saying he could never figure out what was on her mind. And, in the last series, that was made clear. I mean, we even found out Merlin had a thing for Meliodas, but saw that he was in love with Elizabeth, and Meliodas never knew. I mean, that's your typical dense MC type shit, but still, nobody pretty much knew that Merlin had any type of love for Meliodas in that type of way. But I got my guesses on what's happening with Merlin. I mean, I'll try to remember them by the end of the chapter. You know what I'm saying? Get my thoughts or whatever. And we got Meliodas. He's talking more. He's saying the news about her servant at Arthur's side looks to have been a false report too. So wow, the Merlin servant at Arthur's side was false. Like I'm assuming that means it was. Not just the fact that we figured out that he had a fake person pretending to be Merlin, like a fake fairy pretending to be Merlin by his side. Like the reason why I'm kind of like wow here, even though we saw that like there was a fake that was like a fake fairy or whatever, is because this to me also means that it was likely fake even before then, even before the fairy, even before what I'm saying, all of that stuff. The Merlin he had with him, Merlin was never with him or whatever. So that's kind of what's surprising to me, is that this is what this probably means. And so we got Elizabeth saying, yes, I'm sure it'd be a shock for her to see King Arthur now. We still don't even have a full grasp of Camelot yet. We are constantly exposed to invasions. It just keeps getting worse. If we could tap into her power and smarts right now. So I have no idea where Merlin is, why she isn't there helping. Is she scared or something? Is she captured? There's no way Merlin can be captured. I'll tell you that right now. Like, there's no way Merlin can be captured. It's not possible. It's not possible at all. However, who's to say something else crazy couldn't have happened? So, Merlin the boar's sin of gluttony. If we only had her, I'm sure we could find a way through even this. So Merlin's fine, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Merlin's fine. Seems like she still has the burn mark from Escanor. Um, it looks like that's a whole different fit she got on. She's sitting in like a chair with magic around her. Yeah, that's insane. Like, that's insane. With chains, we see chains. So that could probably be foreshadowing something or meaning something. The fact that we see chains around the chair that she's sitting in, and even one across, her as well. But she does have a smile on her face in this picture, so yeah, I'm not sure. But nah, I can't gripe when Tristan and the rest are working so hard for us. He, true. So we see Percival, and we are hardly bereft of all hope, are we? So he's thinking of Percival, realizing that all hope's not gone. Percival's back. So we see Percival in the group right here. They're older. They're walking around town. Wow, what a scene this is. Yeah, the Harvest Festival only comes once a year. Oh, it's a festival. So Percival didn't know what a festival was. Makes sense. He lived on the giant fucking rock with his supposed grandfather, which we know now isn't really his grandfather, or we already knew for chapters wasn't his grandfather or whatever. But we see Anne right here. She says Britannia is being hollowed out even more in the past 2 years. We are losing fields, trade routes. Life's clearly harder for people here now. But people need to keep themselves bright or they can't hold out. We've taken on a big responsibility, we truly have. We need to do something as soon as possible. So we see Anne looking out the side of her eye. You won't say it's Percival fought Night Scenes, huh? Do you really believe that, Anglad? Well, no, but yeah, honestly, I was pretty freaked out about how Percival grew. But you ain't changed at all. What a relief. But you've grown bigger in your attitude as well. Donnie, there's a show going on over there. Sweet. Hope they don't mind a pro performer watching. Well, I honestly think you've changed. A lot, too. Oh? I can't exactly put it into words how you've changed, but I know that you have. Am I wrong? I'm not sure what to say. So I'm assuming this is talking about how Night Sings is officially a she now and not really a he, and how they fully accepted their love for Percival. Either it's that, or maybe Night Sings realized like once Anne was back in the picture, there was like obviously Night Sings before the 2 year time skip was seeing how really close Anne and Percival was. So perhaps it could be that Night Sings has accepted it or whatever, but who knows. So we see Percival, he thinks back to a flashback. Okay, so he's thinking back to Percival holding him. So that's what it is. He's thinking back to Percival holding him while he's like naked. And he says, am I that different? And he blushes. So I keep realizing that I keep saying he, then I'll say she, then I'll say they. But like, we don't really know what Night Sings is completely, like fully. So I'm most likely going to just keep saying he, she, they. Like, everyone, like it's gonna be a mix of me calling Night Sings all of those, because again, we went the whole series thinking, oh, he's a dude, and now it's like, oh, he's neither, he's not a dude or a woman, and now it's like he could possibly be a woman. So we see Anne, she says, well, either way, here. So she throws out her hand for a handshake, it seems. Thanks a lot for bringing Percival back. I do owe you for that. So they shake hands. So we see Donnie here. Oh, the drink hits the spot tonight. You want to try this too, young man? Wow, can I? Hit the bullseye for a wonderful prize. Wahoo. Okay, here's to Team Percival being back together. So he shoots the arrow reminiscent of how it happened in the beginning. And Donnie loses the side of his hair again. So I guess we're gonna just go the whole series with him having no hair there. Dude, what the hell did you just do to me, Percival? So that's the secret behind Donnie's old hairstyle. Oh snap! Damn it! Freak, freak, freak. Trying to go back. I hate when this happens, man. Freak. So I skipped some pages. Trying to get back to the page I was at, but it's not working. Okay. So they shake hands. Shoots the arrow. Okay. So this is where we was. Yeah, he shoots the hair off the side of his head. So Nicene says that's the secret behind Donnie's old hairstyle. We see Percival says, "Waha, I'm sorry." Um, Guys, that's enough horseplay. All right, let's rest up and get ready for our work starting tomorrow. What? So they're floating. Thank you. Sorry. Look at that. Our neighbors in Darkmont. So it seems like the land's disappearing. I'm assuming that's what's happening. Yeah, the land's disappearing. Now even Darkmont has vanished on us. So we see Meliodas, he's angry. We see Gil Thunder and Hauser. I think that's Hauser. So let me see. Let me go. Okay, I'm going all the way up so I can read this. My liege, please grant us your permission to infiltrate Camelot. To my cardinal and holy knight captain, your job's to unite the holy knights and calm the frayed nerves of the people, you know. Yes, we know, but if you think so, then we must send a large force over at once. I haven't heard from my son Chion for over a year. Please allow me to go at least. I know how you feel. I'm taking measures. We'll revisit our plans tomorrow. King, we'll go there right now. Oh, so they're gonna go to Camelot now. We're all ready to head for Camelot. Percival, Donnie, all of you, aren't you just recently revived? We must gather the other knights of prophecy. We'll find them all, and this time we're gonna stop King Arthur. So they walk out. So they're walking out. So they're walking out. We're counting on you. Okay. So that's the end of the chapter, I assume. So that's the end of the chapter. I did say I had some thoughts on where Merlin was and probably what she's thinking, and we know I'll start with saying we know how Merlin is. We know how interested she gets in things, how interested she gets in people. You know, how she was interested in Meliodas because of his power and stuff like that. So then how she got interested in Arthur because of his power with chaos and stuff. And now she's probably kind of developed and thought like, ah, man, well, chaos is dangerous or whatever. So maybe she isn't really interested in him that much. Now we're in a series where we've learned that something like a life spirit exists, which is Percival. I wouldn't be surprised if Merlin does come back because of that. I wouldn't be surprised if she comes back because of that, or if she's somewhere where the life spirits are because she's like taking interest in those, or if she's somewhere where like a whole nother race of beings are or whatever because she's like taking interest in it or whatever. My guess is that she'll be back in the series soon. Probably will be like very interesting, like Percival and his power or whatever. We know Merlin does like a lot of experiments and stuff when she's like interested in things, interested in certain powers and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if she comes back into the series very, very soon. We're already getting built for her to come back as we speak, with the last two chapters actually bringing her up, and this chapter bringing her up as well, or the last chapter bringing her up, and then this chapter bringing her up as well. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Merlin for right now. Um, I'm very surprised that they are about to go straight to Camelot. Like, that's insane to think. Like, Percival just woke up. They were so close to Camelot originally. Then Percival ended up doing what he did when he passed. And now they're back, and now they're actually about to go to Camelot. So not only did we get more on Merlin and possibly her coming back into the story very, very soon, but Percival just said that they're about to find everybody and going to Camelot. So I'm assuming that next they're gonna go find Lancelot, because if they already know, if based off what Percy said when he said he knows what happened to Gunther, he probably saw everything that happened with his friends, and he probably knows where Lancelot is. And again, Lancelot is probably still where his father and mother is, probably at home or whatever, still sulking, unless you know Meliodas done already updated Bond, and Bond probably updated Lancelot, which I doubt. So I'm assuming they'll just go there and they'll get Lancelot, and then they'll probably go to Camelot, and then they'll probably find the rest of the group, which is Tristan, Chion, and them. And honestly, I can't wait for that. I really can't wait for that. I really hope that just like when they went and found, I hope just like with the last chapter where, they came quickly to Anne and Donnie, that and Meliodas and Elizabeth, that they do the same thing with Lancelot. I hope they just go straight to him. Like, the only ones that should be hard to find is Tristan and Chion and Gwen. And honestly, and there's another thing right there with Gwen. She could possibly be where Merlin is. So I have no idea. The possibilities are endless. I'm excited. I don't want to keep yapping, on and on about the possibilities and how excited I am, but I am very excited for this series and where it's going. This has been Timeless Ant. Thanks for watching. If you watched all the way to the end, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in